Okay, who doesn't? Actually, I should ask, do you not have anger issues? Who doesn't have anger issues? We have an amazing show for you today. We're going to have so much fun. We got the mustaches. You guys, you have the mustache. We have mustaches today. Role playing. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to give you some anger stuff that is not to be believed. Stay tuned. Okay, we're back. Hi, everybody. We're going to talk about anger today, okay? And everyone's like, wait a minute. You have a show called Anger Comedy Hour. Like, are you out of your mind? Like, hello, that doesn't, like, whatever. She thought that was a great idea. She said, yes, let's get it. So
not enough comedians.
There you go. That's right. So here's the story. We are going to do anger, but we are going to cover it in a way that's light and easy to digest. How's that for an idea? Good. Okay, we're all, everybody's here. Let's have like, woo! Everybody. So here we go. Okay, so I'm going to do anger. I'm going to go boom, boom, boom. I'm going to spend about 5 minutes and give you some, maybe 6. I always say 5 minutes, always 7. But anyway, clock yourself. There, I'm going to give you some tools to use. I'm going to give you some anger tools that you can use afterwards. And we're learning this from a 3,000-year-old track record of history. This isn't Leah Richeimer's great idea, like, ooh, let's do this. No, this is something that is bulletproof plan, guaranteed will work for you. It's got a 3,000-year-old track record. We're getting it started. Here it is. To sit there and say, you just need to control your anger. You shouldn't be so angry. Why are you so angry? Everybody's angry. Well, you shouldn't be angry. No, we're not talking about you shouldn't be angry. Everybody is going to get angry. That's not what's at issue here. What's at issue is, do you show your anger? This is what we learned from our sources. Isn't this gorgeous? Mm-hmm. Because now, instead of like being an effect of it, you have power over it because you realize anger is something. Yeah, I feel anger right now. You know, that doesn't, where the mastery comes in, the gap between where we are and where we like to be, that gap is learning to be a person who isn't at the effect of their anger, isn't somebody who reacts to their anger. It's not, it's controlling your actions, not controlling your anger. Let your anger do whatever it wants. Isn't this good?
I love it.
Haven't you been told for like control your anger? You can't control your anger. You walk in and somebody does something really horrible to you, you're going to get angry. And you can even visualize like red bubbly things bubbling up or whatever works for you, okay? It's not a question of getting angry. Get angry all you want. Don't ever show it. That's the get-to point. Now, I have people who I train on anger, and then they're like, oh my God, I'm such a loser. I can't do this and this time and that time. And this. Yeah, great. If you're getting angry 50 times a day and you go down to 49, buy yourself some chocolate. Okay, I just read something and it was talking about ice cream. It was saying how delicious ice cream is. It's a great reward or whatever. It says the one thing I can't understand is mint chocolate chip ice cream, which does happen to be my favorite.
I love it.
Okay, but he said, why would somebody like I'd be eating some chocolate chip ice cream? Like, why would you think? Oh, I think I'll add some toothpaste. I was like, But anyway, it really kind of ruined my mint chocolate chip pleasure. But anyway, it was very funny. Okay, so here's the thing. You can be angry. You don't show the anger. So let me, and here's the cost. So a lot of times you think, well, wait a minute, Leah, are you crazy? Like when I show anger, right, and I'm angry at someone, and I scream, I lose it, and I scream my head off, guess what? They do exactly what I told them to do. When my husband comes home and I say, you didn't take in the groceries, I told you before. It's totally the most effective, powerful tool. Are you out of your mind? Look, I'm not giving that up. I'm not showing my anger. I mean, nice in theory, not happening. Here's what you have to know. Anger destroys every single time. Like there isn't one time that like, well, oh well, that time I slipped a little. No, you need to go back and apologize. You need to fix it up. But here's the what's in it for me. You know, what's that thing with him? You know
what's in it for me?
What's in it for me with him? Right. This is like a big sales technique thing. Google it. Anyway, what's in it for me? So you want to know what's in it for you? Closeness to your husband. Actually, closeness to everybody. But we start in this show. We work on your relationship with your husband, and it kind of trickles down to everybody else. If we tried to do everything, we'd beat ourselves up for how bad we treat as we're growing. We're on that curve from where we are to the goal that we're the gap between where we are and where we'd like to be. But the issue is the most important thing. I actually forgot to get my water thing, my mug. I'm sorry. Thank you. I'm like, can I really talk? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So anyway, what happens? So the thing is that when you are, what was I even saying? What was I saying, Sari?
What's in it for me?
Oh yeah, what's in it for me?
Yeah,
Thank you.
with them.
So here's the thing. I don't know where my mug is. Maybe get a new one, whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay. So the issue is, don't get a new one. I don't think it's been done. Okay. So the issue is, this is really... from the water bottle. Oh, there it is. We found the mug. Thank you.
And if it's not clean, too bad. Just drink it.
There you go. Okay,
This is it.
That's what I needed. Okay. So, but the issue is that what's in it for you, I'm going to tell you right now, and this is a guarantee.
Yeah.
When you control your anger, you become closer to your husband. He bonds to you more. He loves you more. He feels safe around you. You're like, wait, Leah, he's the one with the anger issue, right? He's the one. Like, what are you joking? Somebody has their significant other here. Yes, hello. Block your ears over there. We have another sound engineer in the house today, and they are listening. But anyway, whatever.
Wait, you're married to someone?
I'm not sure what's going on there. We've got a couple going on here. I don't know. They came in together.
Scandal. We're not married now.
No,
We are in a relationship.
No, Melissa, that's your husband.
Yeah, that's your husband
I'm
now.
so sorry.
That's your
We
husband.
are
Okay,
married.
yes.
Also,
You're
I'm in a
married.
relationship
Yes,
with
okay, the sound associate. Come on, the engineer.
No more problem with
Engineering
here,
associate.
but please.
Okay,
So angry.
so here's the thing. Yeah, angry. So here's the thing: is that there's a level of closeness that's available to you that you've never had in your life. When you control your anger and you have mastery over your anger, and you're not going to get this in a day. You're not going to. Maybe there's some people who have it already. Send me an email and tell me how you did it, okay? But for most of us, we're all working on that level of getting to be a person with mastery over their anger. It makes everybody closer to us. And here's the thing: when people say, "Oh, my husband's the one with anger issues," they're very, very clear on what makes their husband angry, what his triggers are, what dynamics make him angry, right? And when he blasts out at people. They're very, very unclear on what their own anger triggers are. And unless you know that, oh my goodness, every day when the kids come home from school, I lose it. Like, I'm fine when I'm sitting there playing mahjong or bejeweled or whatever, right? I'm fine during that. When they walk in the door, that's when I lose it. When my husband comes home and he's late and he didn't tell me and the dinner's burned and he walks in the door and he starts telling me, why isn't this cleaned up? And that's when I lose it. Unless you know what your triggers are, you're kind of powerless to do anything about it. So you got to know what your triggers are. So I'm going to go through some
Wait,
tools.
but why were you playing mahjong instead of
No,
cleaning
no.
up?
By the way, no, that's what you're asking her. What is mahjong? Only Leah would say you play mahjong. No one even knows what that is.
All right.
Mahjong.
It goes with a combo. Okay, so let me just make sure I covered all the points because then I want to give you the tools. I'm going to give you tools starting at the front. I usually save it to the end. We're starting with it, and then we're going to do it role playing. Okay. Knowing what your triggers are, that's number one. Okay. Oh, here's how. Okay, oh, maybe I'll do that in the tools. Hold on. Okay, yeah, this is fine. Okay, so the thing is, you have to know what affects your emotions so you can do anything about it. Let me give you the tools. And actually, I made a little, see, I'm really with my program here, okay? These are the tools so that you guys can have them. So here are the tools. Can you write them up on the lower thirds there so that we get it? Okay. Lower, anger tools. Number one most important rule. Never, don't look ahead. No, listen, I'm going to put this thing here so you can't see. Never yell. Never yell! No, I should never yell. Never yell. Like people say, well, it's effective. My husband did what I wanted to do. Yeah, but you're not as close to him. There's not a safe environment in the home. Your kids watched that. You yourself, right as it's coming out of your mouth, and even you finish the sentence. Even while you're finishing the sentence, you know, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? I'm such a meanie. Like I don't want to be that person. I want to be someone else. It's very, very. Some people are black and white people, and some people are gray people. I happen to be more black and whitish, so it's like if you say zero yelling, then it's kind of like then you try and keep up your, what's that called? Not routine. When you're trying to exercise and you do every day, and then you miss a day, and then forget the whole thing.
Right.
Discipline, yeah, discipline.
Like all or nothing.
Yeah, all or nothing, or whatever. So for yelling, it's like you have to have a zero tolerance for it. It always does damage. And even if he does what you're going to say, you told him to do something and he did it because you yelled, the problem is, as he's doing it, if you were yelled at and you're doing something, are you going to do it with a full heart? Of course not. Are you going to try and sabotage it? Well, whatever, not give it your best. Give this a return at Target. You were supposed to return the thing. So then he goes to Target and he says, well, and then comes back with it. I tried. Like he sabotaged it. If he had it hard at it, he could have talked the lady into making the return. You understand what I'm saying? In order to have him have his full heart in it, yelling will backfire on you every time, even if it looks like he's doing what you told him to do. Okay? Was that clear? Okay, fine. Quick things about not yelling. If you are a yelly person, is there such a term? Whatever. If you're yelling, if you're the kind of person, if you yell, there you've heard of it. If you're the type of person who always yells, you have more work to do to unlearn those strategies. One of the things is walk out of the room. Now, walking out of the room nicely is very different than walking out with an attitude and like giving the silent treatment. Okay, so when you are walking out of the room, you need to or even tell them before. Say, I'm really going to be working a little bit on my anger. Please don't hold me to a high standard. If I get a little bit better, praise me, but don't tell me, oh, I need to work on my anger. That will just blow me through the roof. And then you can chop his head off if he does that. But without yelling, very effectively, silently. So if you take him and you say, okay, I am going to, I'm working on this. I don't know how to control myself in the moment. I'm like not good at that. I'm working on it. Maybe I'll get better. But meanwhile, if I feel the blood boiling in me and I feel anger, I'm going to say, I just need a timeout. I just need to go in the other room. I just need some quiet space. I'm not trying to take it against you. I'm not trying to be mean to you. I'm not trying to play games with you. I'm trying to work on my anger. He'll be fine with it, hopefully. You got to talk to him about it. You sell him on the idea, but that is a very perfect, awesome tool. Another tool is to ask him a question. So if your blood is boiling and you're whatever, like instead of why didn't you return that at Target or whatever, say was there a reason? If you can say it softly and kindly. So asking a question can also ask, and also slowing down. Sometimes we get so angry and we start and just in your head, I'm going to slow this down. Works
Is
like
there
a
time
charm.
for me to interject a tool?
Yes.
Or should I tell you later? I just learned this from a parenting coach who said if you can notice how you react, like how you yell, like I will gesture. She said if there's something physically that you do, if you yell and you cry during it, you physically notice what you do. So you give yourself something like that when you feel like you're going to yell. So I go, oh, I'm really feeling angry here. And then I do the things with my arms that my temper wants me to do. It was just like a little trick. It kind of works for me.
I love that. Thank you. It's good. I should add that to my notes.
So
here.
you basically look like you have Tourette's.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, second tool. So that was never yell. Number 2 is bird's eye view. So here's what happens. Because people are not in touch with what, when they're angry, it's almost like anger takes over them. They're like the angry person now, right? Mm-hmm. So a way to sort of understand and pick up on, this is a trigger and this is making me upset, is to be a bird's eye view and to kind of come out of yourself and pretend you're a bird up on the wall in the corner looking down at yourself as you're going, right? So that during the bird's eye view and taking yourself out is a way to powerfully to have your to be able to see yourself in the way you act. Okay, fine. Recognize your triggers, moods, situations. Are what's going on with you. When the kids come home, that's when I lose it. Or in the morning, I'm so grouchy. I need my coffee. Then I'm fine. Know what your triggers are. Figure out if you're unhappy with your life and you are, it's kind of like our husband's right there. So if this goes bad, that goes bad, that goes bad, here he is, kick. It's like kick the dog syndrome, right? And so everything's going really crazy in your life. And he does one little thing that's really, okay, he should have put his the milk back and it went sour and there was $1.50 or $4 of wasted money or whatever. And he should have. You give him wrath like it's $1 million he left on the table, whatever. Why? Because you use him as your scapegoat because everything else is making you unhappy. That is recognized triggers. Number 4 is make an anger plan. We all know we get angry, And if you think about it and make a plan, you can figure out, oh, hey, wait a second. If I take a nap, I'll probably be less angry. If I, listen to music, if I do a hobby, if I go for a walk, if I go shopping, whatever it is, right? You have to know how to calm yourself down. Okay. Last one is resolve to solve later. So, sometimes the battle's just bad, especially at night. And people, everyone says, oh, we never go to bed angry. And I totally do not believe in not going to bed angry, because at night, we have sources for this. At night, everything's a little off. It's darkness, so you can't see things clearly. Your whole emotional state, your whole spiritual status, everything's down. So if you're having a fight at night and you try to resolve it, it's going to be a 3-hour conversation about the thing he did 20 years ago that you're still upset about. It's just a mess. It's fine to go to bed angry. Being angry at each other doesn't mean you're giving each other the silent treatment or being abusive or leaving the water running and not shutting it off to spite them, or stupid things that people do. People do this kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Like they do things like, let's say every night they pull the bed down for their husband, but now because they're angry, they're not going to do the actions. I get it. You're totally not feeling like doing those things. Do the actions so that you can, when you do reconvene and discuss the issue, there's just warmth about it, which will improve the situation. So that was resolved to solve later. So if you're in the middle of a battle, say, you know what, we're really not getting anywhere, and can we just resolve to solve this at another time, or like tomorrow at dinner, or tomorrow morning, or next year, whatever it is, you resolve to solve it. Now it could be that your husband's going to come back and say, no, I want to finish this now, and you always do that. I get it. So then you have to say, when you're not in the middle of a battle, you have to say, I'm not sure what to do. When we get at each other's throats, it just keeps going on and circling. I think we might be better, like, in the middle of it, saying, let's freeze, let's pick this up next time. I think we'll both have maturity and, time to just settle our hearts. And you might buy it. You got to sell them on the idea. Okay, those are our tools. Got them? Mm-hmm. You guys ready? Okay, fine. We're going to start. So I'm going to put these right here so you'll remember them. And never yell. Bird's eye view. Recognize your triggers. Make an anger plan and resolve to solve later. Hey, that works out pretty good. It kind of sits there.
Yeah,
okay.
But they're not doing that right away. They're doing it wrong first.
They're doing it wrong first. Yeah. No. Oh, yeah. Don't look at that. Yeah. Look at that after we do it. Okay, fine.
You
do it
take
wrong.
him out.
Do it right.
So
Your job
your
is to
husband
be.
in the room will make sure that you're doing it correctly. You can tell us if you're not giving it your full.
All right. Okay. No pressure.
You want to be really
We want
upset.
to see fireworks.
So you want to be really angry, and you want to not let her off. This is what we want. Fireworks, because we want to. If people learn most from the extremes. Okay, fine. Okay, but here's the thing. These are real life questions.
Okay.
I got them on index cards from a class I gave, and so they're real. So we're going to take real things. Okay. Husband doesn't help clear the dishes. My husband doesn't help clear the dishes. My husband sits at the dinner table with the excuse of keeping the guest company, but this is the wrong thing. Yeah, this is totally the wrong protect. Okay. At the dinner table with the excuse of keeping the guests company, but you think your feelings are more important than how the guests feel. And anyway, think it would make a better impression if he helped.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, hold on. I just have to see if this. Yeah, this is totally the wrong printout. Isn't that hysterical? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna have to go with it. There we go. Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
Okay, thanks, LOL.
Okay, fine. Okay, so go ahead. So now you are. How did that happen? That's just the weirdest thing. Okay, you are the
The angry wife.
wife that situation. Okay, fine.
I want to relax with our guests.
Wait, let her start.
Let her start.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, we know what the issue is.
Every time we have company over, every Thursday, you sit there and and the dishes pile up, and then I'm the one who has to go make coffee. I'm always in the kitchen. I don't like feeling like that. It seems inconsiderate.
Well, if we both get up, then they're just sitting there staring at each other.
That is a great point.
I'm the glue.
So you could get up. That's a really great point. You could get up, and I could stay. I would like
That
to talk
doesn't
to
make any
this.
sense. Then I'm just, who's the man of the house?
I don't think that is what our guests are thinking. If you get up to go do the dishes, no one's thinking, oh, well, she's the man of the house.
I have to digest my food.
I don't.
I want to relax. It seems like you get a lot from like getting up and kind of stretching and moving.
Okay, well, I'm telling you I don't. I don't get a lot. And I feel super frustrated because I have brought this up so many times and you just don't seem to care. You just don't seem to
doing
care.
Dishes.
I hate doing dishes also.
It seems like you like them. You're always smiling.
It's a facade because we have guests over. The smile is cracking, hon.
I never get to hang out with my friends. I want to hang out with them.
I don't get to hang out with my friends either. You're not listening.
You were at dinner,
Oh my gosh.
right?
Impasse. Wow. Okay, how are we going to solve this?
I don't know.
Real man does dishes.
There you go.
Nah.
No, yeah. Oh, you're looking at the
Yeah, I'm
thing?
looking
Okay,
at the
good.
tools.
So never yell. You didn't really yell. That was
No,
good.
you didn't.
I didn't think I could because of the mic situation.
If there was a microphone here, I would be yelling.
I will yell.
Yeah, okay, fine. So bird's eye view. So what emotion were you feeling while you were doing that?
Frustration, because the words I was saying weren't getting through. Like whatever I said, my darling husband
Had a slithering way out of it.
was
Yeah.
like, well, it seems like this. So he wasn't listening to my words. He was making assumptions about my feelings. So I think if I were at liberty to choose my own tool, I might like recognize that it was a trigger and then know in terms of like using bird's eye view to kind of step back and approach differently. Maybe.
She's good. She didn't get these
I got
beforehand.
this
I didn't
one.
like
I
that.
know.
I couldn't have my good. Okay, so fine. So you now let's try it again.
Okay.
And but start exactly the same mad and then see where it goes from there.
Okay. Every single week you won't just go in and do the dishes.
I hate dishes. Why do you always get mad at me?
Okay, so this happens often enough that I sort of always expect you to not do the dishes.
Yeah, and I always expect that you're mad at me on Thursdays.
Well, it's mainly when we have guests. It has nothing to do with the day of the week. But actually, I guess maybe I haven't been communicating very well. It seems like if there's any way we could switch off about clearing the dishes while we have company, it would mean a lot to me, and it would make me feel sort of recognized and special if I could spend some more time with our guests instead of sort of angrily storming to the kitchen. I don't expect you to do the dishes all the time, but if we could split it up here and there, it might help me out.
I don't want to do the dishes myself. So maybe I should just help you. How mean should I be?
Yeah. So I think I'm actually pleased with it. I think I think the way you handled it was well. I think another thing you could have done is asked him for advice. How do you think we should solve this?
Oh, great.
Let's go there.
Okay. So how do
By
you...
the way, someone's phone's buzzing. You have to everybody's phone off, not even vibrate. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
So I feel frustrated sometimes because I would also like to spend time with our guests and not always be in the kitchen. Do you have any thoughts about how we could make that better?
Is that killer? Is that awesome?
We're not doing the dishes anymore. And nobody's doing any dishes.
We're doing a dishwasher.
That's my solution.
Paper goods. Paper goods.
Seriously, huh?
So okay, so go ahead. You're up. You're up. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's my solution. Why don't we wait till after? Why don't we just hang out with our friends and then I'll help you. We'll have to stay up a little later, but maybe we'll just do it together.
Okay.
Yay! That was awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, next ladies, come on up. Oh, well, I should have had you on tap. Okay, when you see that it's almost rounding up, then come. You're on.
I'm so sick of it. You leave in the morning, you come back, you say hi, you go in the office. We don't even see you. You barely say hi to the kids. You barely say hi to me. And honey, it hurts my feelings. It hurts my feelings. We're not just part of the furniture. I'm not the maid that lives here. I'm your wife.
I know you're not the maid. The maid would never yell at me like this, all right?
Don't make a joke. Don't make a joke.
I work all day, and when I come home, I want a minute to myself, okay? I'm around people all day, then I have to drive home in the traffic, and when I get home, I just want to be by myself for a little while, okay?
No!
Why
That's
no?
not okay! Because we're waiting for you to get home. We're waiting for you to have dinner so we can have some family time together. We're not two planets that don't even intersect in the space.
You can't wait 20 minutes for me to cool down after work. I have to immediately go into
20
family
minutes.
mode.
20 minutes would be great, honey. You go in there for 90 minutes.
That's such
I
an
feed the kids.
exaggeration.
I eat alone. I'm eating dinner alone.
Well, then I have to eat dinner alone. I don't like that either. I want to eat with you all, but you don't wait for me. Give me time to cool down.
I don't know. I don't
If
know
you
what
had
to
to
do
be
then.
on at work all day and then come home and then you have to be on for family
I'm
right
also
away,
working all day.
you're at home.
I would love to spend some time talking to an adult.
Well, we can do that later in the evening. Why do we have to do it right when I get home?
Because I feel like once you go in that office, I'll never get you out. So I don't want you to go in there.
Well, the office is where I can finally be at peace with myself.
Is this unbelievable?
Too real, yeah. Yeah. America was bringing on the chairs in a second. That was coming next.
The tears were?
They were.
Wow. Wow, you guys are awesome. So here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
We're going to look at the anger tool.
Oh, it's nice and big.
It's
Bird's eye view. Recognize.
So never yell. Okay, never yell. Never yell. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to take one of those tools. You're
Okay.
gonna restart. So which tool do you want to?
I mean, I want to. When I look at them, I want to integrate them. So, it's happening every day. It's triggering me every day, and I want to make a plan because of that. Because I know every day he comes home, I need to make a plan so this doesn't keep happening.
Right, which you started doing. You were on that track, but it was done
Yeah.
with so much anger he couldn't even hear. He was like
Yeah.
in Mr. Defense mode.
Yeah. So
There was no. I mean, you know this because you're putting it on, but I'm just telling you, there's no way. This is for us to know. There is no way in that circumstance he can save face and still be a man and still feel strong and whatever. He's just on defensive mode and will do whatever he can to defend his own position. It's very hard. There's no wiggle room for him to be a mensch, to be nice, to be kind, whatever. He's being attacked. And there's no one on the planet Earth when they're being attacked that isn't putting their arms up and fighting back. And you just can't. It's just an instinct. If you're being attacked, when your husband attacks you or when when somebody attacks you, you just, where's our Sarik?
Yeah,
Is that yeah, no, not the punch bag, that's gold thing, you know, the big
The
gold thing.
sword?
I just, no, yeah,
shield?
the shield, yeah.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
this is him. Wait, you can hold that. There you go. See, you know, hold it so they can see it.
Mean
You know what I mean? Like, mean wife. You know what I mean? There's nothing is going to penetrate. You can't. There's no communication that's going to go in there. Okay.
Yeah.
So your job now, he's just starting the conversation is going to get it back up. Okay. So your job is to try and not get. It's okay. Leave those notes. I don't need them. Your job is to. This is down here.
Yep.
When you start talking, it's going to go like this. You can still get stuff in, right? The minute you get him so defensive that it's like this, you can't get
No
reach him
more
anymore.
communication.
So you want to, and you're going to be the guardian of this, and you're going to say what feels when you feel attacked and you feel like, you know. But let it in a little bit, 'cause, okay, all right. So
It's a
here
good
you go.
visual.
Yeah, it's a good visual. But make sure they can see where you're holding. Can they? Is this in the camera? Okay. Okay, so fine.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, let me have a sip here. Okay. This is scotch in here. No, joking.
Hey, can I talk to you for a second before you go in the office?
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, so wait, time out. You probably should do it not when he's going into the office. It should be late at night or a
Okay,
Sunday
great.
morning. You're on a walk.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with the thing. Is the best time to do it.
Okay.
So let's start there. It's Sunday morning. He's been home all day. You know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning, and you've had a lovely time. You just went out to breakfast.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. That was a great breakfast. Sweetie,
It was. I had a really nice time. Thank you.
me too. I love spending time with you.
I love spending time with you.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love eating with you. And
Yeah.
I just wish we had more dinners together. I feel like
You know where this is going.
it sometimes do you feel that it gets tense in the weekdays?
Yes, I can feel it when I get home that you want me to be with you, but I need time to be by myself and decompress. But I can absolutely feel that tension.
We need to
Yeah.
register your emotions where this is because I'm not quite sure.
I'm like half.
You're about half.
I'm not all the way up, but I still feel like I have to defend
You're about to be
myself a
you're
little
right.
bit.
I want to say I want to own that. I'm bringing a lot of tension to the table. I am.
You see that go down?
When it's like even before you get home, I'm sort of feel myself ramping up a little bit because I just feel nervous about if I'm going to get to spend time with you, and I'm sorry about that. Like I come in hot, and I think we can work it out. But I would love to talk about it. What would be good for you and me?
Wow, I really appreciate you saying that because I know when I'm on my way home from work, I'm getting worked up too, thinking about, what is going to be put on me right away or what energy am I walking into, what's going to be expected of me. So the fact that you're feeling that same energy during the same time, I mean, it sounds like we're doing this to ourselves.
Yeah.
Would a man say this, or is that too much if she's really a woman?
Mustache.
Yeah, take that.
She's coming with her heart. She's very vulnerable right now, his wife. So I think he would totally say that. He loves her.
Yeah, and you did it in a way that melted his heart. Like
Yeah,
he
you
wants-
got a lot of
yeah,
exploding
yeah.
hearts on the
That's good,
screen
that's
also.
good.
People felt your heart. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought of one idea we could try, if you want.
Okay.
And it was just something that I thought of. I remain calm. I'll do my best. Big hug when you come home for me and the kids. And then maybe you do go into the office, but I know how long it's for. I know you're going to go in for 30 minutes. And then you come out and we have some family time.
Yeah, I definitely am happy to hug you when I get home. I'm sorry I don't show you love right when I get home. I'm just still so tense. But if I know that I can hug you and then you will be okay with me going into the other room and decompressing, that makes me feel so much better instantly. So I think we can definitely work on that plan.
Yay! Woo! That was great. You guys were awesome. Hey, come. You guys have to be ready. On the thing. Thank you. That was awesome. Awesome. We might need that shield again. It's good. It's good. Put the shield right here so that if we need it again. Yeah, that's great. Thanks. Okay, fine. Okay. Yay. Was that amazing? Was that like
Amazing. Your
Wow.
face during it was amazing. You have to rewatch it.
Oh yeah. Wow. When they're
So
screaming.
when Mary Pat was angry and you were like, oh,
Hello, what
Mama.
did I get myself into?
Yeah.
It was good. It's real. Okay. Wait, you're the wife this time.
Hi.
Okay, fine. Hi. Okay, fine. Okay. So here, and this, you really want to work your way up because everybody has this problem. I get
Okay.
this question a bazillion.
Okay.
Whenever the wife tries to share her problems, husband calls her a
I don't
complainer.
know anything about that.
Yeah. Okay. Good luck with that one. Okay, so good.
I want to be able to talk to you about my problems. I have a lot of stuff going on and I get that. I mean, what is going on?
I mean, you just want to keep talking, and when I offer a solution.
I'm not asking for solutions.
Well, then why are you
Sometimes
talking about it?
Because it helps me to just talk about it. Like that's what I need. I'm.
You talking about it stresses me out, though.
Oh, I'm so sorry
Thank
that
you.
I'm stressing you out.
Thank
I'm
you.
not. I'm being sarcastic.
Oh.
I'm not telling you something to stress you out.
We need a bunk. Where's the gong? Okay.
I'm telling you because it helps me to talk about my problems. That's what people should do. People should talk about their problems, not just keep them all inside.
I always keep all my problems inside.
Okay, well that's not good. You can talk to me.
But I
Talk
don't
to
Call her a
me.
complainer.
I don't need
That's
to.
what we
My
should.
problem is you're always just complaining and complaining.
Oh my
There's
gosh,
never
I'm not
anything good.
complaining. I'm not complaining.
Can't we just have a night where we
I'm
hang
not-
out and we're happy?
no.
Can't you just be happy?
I'm a very happy person.
Clearly. But can't you just be happy and not have your emotions as much?
No,
Like, you're just constantly complaining
because I
about
have
it.
my emotions and I want to talk about them.
Well, don't have them. Don't feel them.
That's not an option.
I'm female.
I'm a woman and I have emotions.
I mean, it's hard. It's hard. I don't know what to say. I feel like as soon as I walk in the door, you want to talk about all these bad things that have happened, and I can't do anything about them.
I'm not asking you to do anything about them.
Well, then
I just
why
want
are
you
we
to be
talking
like,
about 'em?
oh my gosh, that sounds awful.
Oh my gosh, that sounds awful.
That doesn't sound sincere.
I just can't take it.
What? You can't handle it?
I don't think so.
What are you talking about?
Well, I come home, I want to hang out with you. I want to watch something on TV.
Yeah, but my problems are like something you can absolutely handle. So just listen to them and say, oh my gosh, and give me a hug.
But it's just...
Oh my gosh, stop sighing.
Okay. I can't say anything. I
No,
can't do
that's
anything. I
not
can't.
what I mean.
I'm not supposed to solve the problem. I'm not supposed to sigh. I'm not supposed... What am I supposed to
There's
do?
not a supposed to. I want you to want to listen to me.
I would love to listen to you if you weren't always complaining.
I'm not complaining. You're yelling at me. Oh my God.
Okay, time out. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So, what emotions were you feeling?
Frustration and not being understood. Frustration at not being understood and sad and alone, like distance.
How about you?
It was hard to do because I empathize with her. And I was like, I know. But I think the issue is like, it seems like men have a tendency to want to solve it or not have those like strong emotions because it maybe makes him feel like he's doing something wrong when it's hard, I think, for them to maybe, I don't want to like generalize, but it's hard for them to not solve it. So you can see how they like feel trapped instead of understanding that they just need to like listen and be in a conversation and also complain about it too for a minute.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's too bad.
I think, the key thing that you said was like, I can't handle it, which I think is part of the reason I don't talk to my husband sometimes about stuff because I'm like, he can't handle it. And I know that he does the same thing. So it's like realizing like, yeah, we can both handle it. And like, we just want to like talk about it.
And that's a trigger
You're
for you. When he says,
closer.
I can't handle it,
It's
that's...
like, yeah, you can.
No, but also man is at work all day with happy women who are like, la, 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 and they're all professional and being amazing. And then he comes home to a wife who's just sad and depressing and complaining. He's not interested. He wants a happy wife. He wants a wife that
like
seems...
his employees who all, oh yeah,
we're just very pretty. And they're laughing and he wants someone to...
They get paid for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
awesome.
Correct.
That's awesome.
I'm very
That's
professional
awesome.
and happy when I'm at work too.
Yeah,
but
thank you
I was
very
And he
like,
much.
wants that. He doesn't want the heavy stuff.
What's
right
the
when
solution
it
to
comes
that? That's not in the script.
yeah.
Hello. Okay.
And
But
it seems he's
understanding
also doing it to her when she's doing it to
in the
him
heat
when
of the
he
moment.
walks,
In the
like
heat of
right,
the moment.
when
But
he's not
also
ready for
the
it.
thing, the issue with that is that understanding that where he's coming from, what
Yeah.
Sarit was just saying.
Yeah.
Whoa, is that powerful?
Yeah.
Like just knowing that, like he's got all these happy people, and then he walks in the door, and you're like, you know, whatever. So what? Let's go right to our tools.
Okay.
Never yell. Bird's eye view. So if you would like to take out, this is, can I tell you, when I teach this to, you know, I've taught it to thousands of people who use the bird's eye view and they write me emails and say, oh my goodness, it's like unbelievable. Like when you're there and steam's coming out of your ear and you're emoting and you're remember, feeling anger is fine. Acting on it and showing it and, you know, being at the effect of it is where the problem is. And the fastest way out of that is to like pretend you're a bird, fly out of your head somewhere back, fly out of your ear, whatever. You're over here and you're watching yourself behave and you're like, that's not who I want to be. That's not.
When I read Bird's Eye View, I thought it was that thing of like, there's always a feeling of we're working on things. We're working on being better parents. We're working on being better in marriage, but we're never like actually enjoying the moment of being in a marriage or being a parent right now, like with all of our faults and everything. That's what I thought you meant of being like, oh my God, we're married and this is great because I love you and we fight and this is part of being in a marriage.
That's
like we're
beautiful.
doing it. Like that's what I thought it meant.
like
But
that.
I
Okay.
like seeing myself as a cartoon being like,
right. It's kind of like, you're watching yourself behave and and the thing is that when you are at effect of your emotions, you get a trigger, like you're a robot, you get a trigger and then you start, behaving in a certain way. But if you get that trigger and you recognize the trigger and say, oh, now I'm going to do my, like you're a beep, now I'm going to do my anger mode, and you see it as the actions that are just habits that aren't working for you. I'm telling you right now, they are driving closeness away. You can't feel close to somebody when you're angry at them, and they can't feel close to you. And this is a bulletproof plan to have the closeness you've always wanted, and it doesn't lessen what you get. So, I'm supposed to just give in on everything and not, he comes home late or whatever he does. No, you have a higher chance of getting exactly what you want. Because when the husband's like, you're the husband. When the husband's like this, it ain't going in. So you can yell and scream and do all that you want and emote and, do a knee-jerk reaction. What's that called when you do a reflex. You can just reflex anger. It's not working. Whereas if you go like this and you think about it and you plan and you talk, you can actually get more of what you want. So there's a lot of juice in here for you doing this project. Okay, so now you bird's eye view. So that's pulling out of yourself and looking at yourself, watching yourself like a cartoon. That's a good way to think of it. It's like, oh, here I am doing my anger number. Recognizing triggers and making anger plans. So
I have a plan.
Okay, so fine, go.
Wow, I feel really angry at you right now.
Wait, hold on.
So
We want to know where you're thinking and where you're holding.
With that,
I feel really angry at you right now. I just
want to try again?
realizing. So I think we shouldn't talk about it right now.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I don't want to yell. I can see that you're expecting me to yell. I'm not going to. Because I don't like who I am when I do that. But I really do want to be able to talk to you about my stuff. But I see how it's making you feel. So I have an idea.
okay.
Okay. Are you mad? Are you listening to me?
Yeah,
Am I complaining?
yes.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think that you could find one time, and I could find one time in the day where I feel like, or you feel like, I could handle it if someone complained to me right now or told me their problems. And like that could be the time where you could come to me and be like, hey, how are you doing? Like a check-in. Like, could there be a time during the day? Maybe it's not the time that I right now feel like I want to complain to you. Maybe there's a time where you're like, I could handle a check-in right now. Do you have a thing you want to complain to me about?
No, my life is perfect.
No, but like if there's some time where you could be like, hey, how are you doing? I'm just checking in. And I'll know that that's like my moment to be like, well,
I think it's a sweet plan.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good start on
never
a
gonna
plan. I think it's not going to solve your problem. You're going to still need to complain. And
Yeah,
he's
but I
gonna
know that
forget,
I'll be able to.
and that's going to make you even worse. He's not. There's not a chance.
What if
Zero
I
chance.
ask?
Okay. This is better.
Is
This is
now
better.
a good time to check in? And then you have to honestly say though, and you can't say no every day.
Oh.
There's got to be.
That was her plan. She had a plan. He also had a plan.
It's like, this is gonna work out great.
yeah, it works for me.
So you have to say yes at
So
some
you
point.
could say, I need to rant. Everyone knows
Yeah.
rant. You
Oh,
you
yeah.
could say, when can I rant? I really have this need to rant. And by the way, if ranting and no one catching it makes you need to rant more.
Mm-hmm.
So it really is a valuable thing. We have sources for this, that if someone needs to unload and it's going to ease their burden, that's actually a mitzvah for the person to listen to them. It's an actually good act of kindness to listen to them when they're just ranting. It's
So
a
this is
valuable
helping
thing.
you. It's a mitzvah.
Yeah, see?
Chava's saying on here that 3 hours later he's still going to say the same thing, and it seems like that is his deal. He does not want to hear her rant, period. He's not that type. He likes happy people. He likes to think his life is amazing. He doesn't deal with feelings. she may need to not talk to him ranting, period. Meaning Chava's saying it's not going to help. 3 hours are not going to help. A day later is not going to help. That's who he is. Can she rant to her friend or to her mother or to her therapist? Maybe he's not that person. Like, she's saying, like, why you keep butting your head into...
Who is it?
Chava.
Go.
Yeah,
Chava.
go Chava. Like, you might be hitting a brick here. He's not... And maybe if he sees that you're not ranting, he may actually want some of that back.
Well, if it's not ranting, though. If
He
it's
might
just talking.
also be that person because he doesn't have a fundamental understanding that he doesn't have to solve it.
Right.
I think my character feels
Yeah.
like he has to, like, that the complaining is coming at him. Maybe he needs a better understanding that the complaining is, or the ranting is just that it's a rant, that he needs to be in it with
and
her.
it could be
It's
that
not-
you limit. Every day you get 3 things that you can tell him that you're upset about, or something.
Or we could figure out what kind of stuff he is happy to talk about. And then maybe there is stuff that I do need to find a professional therapist, or there is stuff that's like kind of compartmentalizing it, but not in a way of squelching it. Like, he still knows what's going on. I'm just not going to delve into it necessarily.
You're not going to hit him with a full
Like-
ton bricks.
Well,
You're gonna
like
say, here's the
anything
brick.
that she's going to rant at him about that's going to make him feel like he's not providing or that he's incompetent or he's not being a good enough husband,
Yeah.
because that's how a man feels,
Right.
then he's not going to be able to hear it.
Process it.
Is there a way to convince him, though, that, like, his way of providing is just listening?
Right, is
Yeah,
that? That's
yeah,
what I'm saying.
can
Is
I
there a
be
way of doing
convinced?
that?
That's just a communication. It's a communication thing. Again, if it's not done with attack, with an attack, I think the issue that you're watching here is that they're making a plan. They're you're figuring out what's the best way.
He can rant to me. He can complain to me. Because there's
He said he
sometimes...
didn't have
He
to.
doesn't
He
need
doesn't
to.
But
want
there's
to.
sometimes people feel like that because they don't realize that the other person is feeling the exact same thing. Like, he might be feeling a distance from me, that kind of frustration that I was feeling. It's like the same feeling.
No, it's
No, but he might also have bigger issues if he's somebody that's was never able to complain because everyone always shut him down. So he just doesn't complain. So that's a much bigger picture. I think you're going to have to...
Right, but she has a need, so your need can be met maybe with a friend, maybe with a therapist, maybe with a mother-in-law, a whole entourage. of
Yeah,
people
blame
who
the
help you.
mother-in-law.
And I'll just never talk to you at all.
No, and then find out what his capacity is, and then make a plan on how he's going to be. Again, one of the things that we learned in the last section, the one right part of this, is asking the husband for the solution. What do we do? I have a need to rant. I don't need you to fix it. What do I do with this?
Oh, but you could fix this.
What?
You could come up with a solution for this.
Yeah.
I am asking for a solution.
Yeah.
There you go.
Figure it out.
Figure it out. So asking a husband to, here's the thing, and giving it to him gives him ownership and gives him the power to throw out ideas. He might say something that's a little annoying to you, like, well, let's not just talk about it or whatever. That's just a snide, nasty first comment because that's things up like this. But if it's down like this and he's whatever, then he'll think, and he might come up with a solution better than you imagine. He's like, you know what? Once a week, let's go out to coffee for an hour. You never thought of that. That's like better than you ever thought of. Put it in your husband's plate. Okay, next ladies, let's go. Awesome.
Nice
Woo! Okay, let's go. Okay, fine. Okay, who's the husband?
I'm the husband.
The husband this time? Oh yeah, the husband. There we go. Okay, fine. Okay.
This is my default.
Yeah, there we go.
Why is it always the woman yelling at the man? Men also yell. Why can't it be the man
That's true.
yelling at... There's nothing that the man is upset at his wife about that he... I don't know,
Defending.
when he comes home... Isn't there a
You
scenario
know what? Maybe
where
let's
he
do that
comes home
next
and
show.
dinner's never ready. I always come home. The kids are always running around. I just want
Okay,
to eat. Can we
you know
do
what? I
that?
just got an email
Yeah.
from someone saying, how do I deal with my husband's anger?
Yeah,
Let's do another show.
yeah,
Next show.
oh,
Next
next
show.
show?
Yeah, I've got too many. We
Oh, we
haven't
got too many
had
wife
too many.
ones?
Too
Oh,
many
well,
wife ones.
husbands. Sorry.
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on a second. Let me get a really juicy one. Okay.
Well, Pet, you're really in character.
Yeah, that's all right. That's okay.
And you're still... We can be all
Okay.
lovey-dovey to each other.
I gave these questions so much thought. I got all the wrong questions.
Give the
Okay, I
eyes.
have to-
Give the
hold on,
eyes.
husband.
Look at them.
So which one do you think is more like people would relate to? Is that's harder. Forgetting the wife's birthday or anniversary. I mean, I think, yeah, okay, that's a pretty tough one. Or actually, maybe you should choose, or if anyone has any input, that the husband takes for granted that the wife keeps the house clean and does all the, does 99 things in the house. So those are two issues. I think. Which one?
Yeah, no,
sort
I
of
like
feels,
that one.
which one?
Appreciate.
The
Okay,
lack
fine.
of
Because the birthday's
appreciation.
too.
Husband
Okay.
who never appreciates.
And we
Birthday,
already know
you
here, if
can't.
your husband forgets your birthday, buy yourself a present, give it to him to
Exactly.
give
You
you.
can't
Fine.
blame your
We're done.
husband.
That one's
Forget
done.
it.
Okay, fine.
He's having a baby.
Celebrate your human
Have
life.
your mother remember you. If she gave birth to you, she'll remember it. Your husband doesn't have to. Go ahead.
Okay, so fine.
Okay, so
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. And you no. It's very being taken for granted as if that's what you should do. That's your job. All of those issues. Okay.
No, I figure out everything around this house. I do the dishes, I clean everything, I watch after the kids, I take care of the animals. I do everything in the house. Literally everything. You don't do anything at all. You just
I
live
leave
here.
every morning when I go to work.
And then you continue to do nothing. Well, leave your shoes in the middle of the floor. I have to put them back where they are so that you don't know where they are. And I have to wash your clothes. I have to make you dinner that you sleep every night. I wash those sheets. I literally leave this house. I do everything. You can point out 5 things that I've done right now.
Congratulations! I paid the mortgage on it.
But it wouldn't be taken care of if you just paid the mortgage. What if there was nothing here? Just paying the mortgage doesn't make the house a home. All right?
I agree. You make the house a home. I agree, but I'm doing my part too. I'm doing my part every day.
You provide for us, but I need you to help at home, or at least appreciate what I do at home.
Who says I don't appreciate it?
I'm
Of course
saying
I appreciate
well,
it.
show it. You don't show it at all.
Oh,
You walk around like you're just the king of this house, and I'm like your servant who's supposed to just do everything.
That's very, very dramatic. That's very dramatic.
Oh,
Is that what you think? You think I think you're...
yeah, that's why I said it.
Well, you're crazy. You're crazy.
You're just gonna go, I'm crazy. That is your default every time.
Yeah.
I'm crazy.
Because you're crazy. I'm working. I pay for everything. You're working in the house and you take care of the house.
Well, I appreciate you for going to work. I thank you for going to work. You don't.
My way. I don't say it. I don't say thank you for everything.
Well, I need you to start.
Ah.
At least one thing a day. Say, see, you're just gonna. It's so hard for you to think of to say thank you once a day.
Thank you.
Yeah, say it like
No,
that.
say
That's how I
you're
want
crazy,
you to
right?
say
Yeah,
it.
you're crazy. You're crazy.
I'm not crazy. I'm just underappreciated.
Look
that
at
I'm
that watch.
losing it.
I mean, come on.
Oh, you're gonna hold my birthday present against me?
Well,
I didn't
that's
ask
how
for the
I
watch.
say thank you.
It was for my birthday.
At least you remember your birthday.
You better remember my
Just say,
birthday.
I remember your birthday. I remembered our anniversary. That's how I
I
say
put it
thank
in your iCalendar.
That's how I say thank you.
Well, I need more than that.
Well,
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. You see, I like how that conversation went from one thing to a totally different thing. They went into birthdays and presents and God knows what. That's
This is exactly
that's the
it
real
all.
way.
This
Yeah.
is the real-
That's a real deal.
life.
Yeah.
You were good. Your I mean, but I have to say, your emotions were there. What were you feeling? It really,
I was just so frustrated. It was like you're trying to go up against a wall, and they're like, it felt like the husband didn't care about me. So it's like, it's just so frustrating. You just want a little appreciation. You're asking for something so small, for such large things that you do.
Okay, we need them to do a fix because we got 4 minutes before our
Oh,
live goes
really?
off.
Oh my gosh!
Yes.
Oh
4
wow!
minutes
Oh
before
wow!
Instagram
I didn't
goes
realize
down.
that. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
11:56.
Fine. Wow. Okay. Fine. No, I'm just
You were
like,
so into it. It was so dramatic.
But
and
I
now
also
we're
know
like,
the thing is that the emotions, like I get this all the time. I mean, this exact issue. This is such a big issue, and there's this feeling when you said it. I think that the feeling of aloneness, like there's just this aloneness I was seeing in your face and in your countenance, and it pained me. And anyway, okay, so you were really good, harsh. You were like Archie Bunker, if there's that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start again. Let's think of what tools do you want to use to get this through.
I definitely don't want to yell. I think I just want to make a plan to like come at him in more of a like emotional, this hurts me sort of like, please just help with this instead of an attack mode.
That's very good.
I feel like for this
plan.
one though, with appreciation, you need to end it with that. A woman can never expect her husband to give her appreciation.
Yeah, I mean, it's got my whole thing. I
That's
just
what
gave
I'm
it in
saying,
a
it's-
class
yeah,
the other
it's
night.
on him.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that quickly, but we don't have enough time really to go into that too deeply. But for you, I think you need a better plan than help me. A plan of like, when you come home, would you mind settling the table? Or maybe that's a little too annoying to ask somebody, and it's easy enough to do. So something that, one thing that you can think of that he could do that would make you feel.
Fold the laundry with me on Saturday?
So romantic.
Yeah, I don't know if that's happening anytime soon. It's got to be a winning plan. It's got to be a plan that actually works.
So why is he doing
Yeah.
stuff
So
in the house?
what
Can you
exactly
set
do
up
you
an
want?
auto order of flowers once a month?
Yeah. There you go. Okay. All right. Let's go with
We
that.
have 156 going. Let's go. 155. We got 154.
But do it. Then I also need to give over something. So go. Just do it in 30
this.
seconds. Yeah. Okay, fine.
I feel like I do so much at the house, and I know that you're so busy at work, but sometimes it can feel like I'm not getting any appreciation for it. If you could just do
Just say yes, 'cause we don't have time.
a simple symbol of your appreciation, just so simple as just sending me flowers once a month or writing me a nice card. It doesn't have to be an everyday thing. Just every once in a while, just give me a small gesture, a small gift that just shows that you are aware of. I just want to know that you're aware of everything that I do.
I'll set it up with my girl at the office.
Okay, let me tell quick appreciation. Here's the thing, but you guys can stay here, but let me just explain. Quick appreciation. God did a very funny trick. He made women empty, bottomless pits of needing appreciation, and he married us to men who are incapable of giving it. Okay, just know that you did not get a defective husband from the factory. Okay, so now we have a whole show. Go look before, click on below about appreciation that talks about how the minute a woman takes on the responsibility for getting that appreciation from getting it from her husband herself, she gets the appreciation. It's hard work, and it means it's not an A+++ appreciation. It's a B-, but you get a B- every day. Stay tuned. This is Leah Richeimer for the Ladies Talk. We'll see you next.